Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihari.
And now chapter 6, the progeny of the daughters of Daksha. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, "My dear king, thereafter, at the request of Lord Brahma, Prajapati Daksha, who is known as Prachetasa, begot 60 daughters in the womb of his wife Asikni. All the daughters were very affectionate toward their father. He gave 10 daughters in charity to Dharmaraj or Yamaraj, 13 to Kashyapa, first 12 and then 1 more, 27 to the moon god, and 2 each to Angira, Krishava, and Bhuta. The other 4 daughters were given to Kashyapa. Thus Kashyapa received 17 daughters in all. Now please hear from me the names of all these daughters and their descendants who filled all the 3 worlds. The 10 daughters given to Yamaraj were named Banu, Lamba, Kakud, Yami, Vishpa, Sadhya, Marutvati, Vasu, Muhurta, and Sankalpa. Now hear the names of their sons. O king, a son named Deva Rishabha was born from the womb of Banu, and from him came a son named Indrasena. From the womb of Lamba came a son named Vidyota, who generated all the clouds. From the womb of Kakud came the son named Sankata, whose son was named Kikata. From Kikata came the demigods named Durga. From Yami came the son named Svarga, whose son was named Nandi. The sons of Vishva were the Vishvadevas, who had no progeny. From the womb of Sadhya came the Sadhyas, who had a son named Arthasiddhi. The 2 sons who took birth from the womb of Marudvati were Marudvan and Jayanta. Jayanta, who is an expansion of Lord Vasudeva, is known as Upendra. The demigods named the Muhurtikas took birth from the womb of Muhurta. These demigods deliver the results of actions to the living entities of their respective times. The son of Sankalpa was known as Sankalpa, and from him lust was born. The sons of Vasu were known as the 8 Vasus. Just hear their names from me: Drona, Prana, Dhruva, Arka, Agni, Dosha, Vastu, and Vibhavasu. From Abhimati, the wife of the Vasu named Drona, were generated the sons named Harsha, Shoka, Baya, and so on. Urjaspati, the wife of Prana, gave birth to 3 sons named Saha, Ayus, and Purojava. The wife of Dhruva was known as Dharani, and from her womb various cities took birth. From the womb of Vasana, the wife of Arka, came many sons headed by Tarsha. Dara, the wife of the Vasu named Agni, gave birth to many sons headed by Dravanaka. From Kritika, another wife of Agni, came the son named Skanda or Kartikaya, whose sons were headed by Vishaka. From the womb of Sharvari, the wife of the Vasu named Dosha, came the son named Shishumara, who was an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From Angirasi, the wife of the Vasu named Vastu, was born the great architect Vishvakarma. Vishvakarma became the husband of Akriti, from whom the Manu named Chakshusha was born. The sons of Manu were known as the Vishvadevas and Sadyas. Usha, the wife of Vibhavasu, gave birth to 3 sons, Vyushta, Rochisha, and Atapa. From Atapa came Panchayama, the span of day, who awakens all living entities to material activities. Sarupa, the wife of Bhuta, gave birth to the 10 million Rudras, of whom the 11 principal Rudras were Raivata, Aja, Baba, Bhima, Vama, Ugra, Vrishakapi, Ajaikapat, Ahirbradna, Bahurupa, and Mahan. Their associates, the ghosts and goblins, who are very fearful, were born of the other wife of Bhuta. The Prajapati Angira had 2 wives named Svadha and Sati. The wife named Svadha accepted all the Pitas as her sons, and Sati accepted the Arthavangirasa Veda as her son. Krishashva had 2 wives named Archis and Dishana. In the wife named Archis he begot Dhumaketu, and in Dishana he begot 4 sons named Vedashira, Devala, Vayuna, and Manu. Kashyapa, who was also named Tarkshya, had 4 wives, Vinata or Suparna, Kadru, Patangi, and Yamani. Patangi gave birth to many kinds of birds, and Yamani gave birth to locusts. Vinata, or Suparna, gave birth to Garuda, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, and to Anuru, or Aruna, the chariot driver of the sun god. Kadru gave birth to different varieties of serpents. O Maharaj Pariksit, best of the Bharatas, the constellations named Kritika were all wives of the moon god. However, because Prajapati Daksha had cursed him to suffer from a disease causing gradual destruction, the moon god could not beget children in any of his wives. Thereafter the king of the moon pacified Prajapati Daksha with courteous words, and thus regained the portions of light he had lost during his disease. Nevertheless, he could not beget children. The moon loses his shining power during the dark fortnight, and in the bright fortnight it is manifest again. O King Pariksit, now please hear from me the names of Kashyapa's wives, from whose wombs the population of the entire universe has come. They are the mothers of almost all the population of the entire universe, and their names are very auspicious to hear. They are Aditi, Diti, Danu, Kashta, Arishta, Surasa, Ila, Muni, Krodavasha, Tamra, Surabi, Sarama, and Timi. From the womb of Timi all the aquatics took birth, and from the womb of Sarama the ferocious animals like the tigers and lions took birth. My dear King Pariksit, from the womb of Surabi the buffalo, cow, and other animals with cloven hooves took birth. From the womb of Tamara the eagles, vultures, and other large birds of prey took birth. And from the womb of Muni the angels took birth. The sons born of Krodavasha were the serpents known as Dandashuka, as well as other serpents and the mosquitoes. All the various creepers and trees were born from the womb of Ila. The Rakshasas, bad spirits, were born from the womb of Surasa. The Gandharvas were born from the womb of Arishta, and animals whose hooves are not split, such as the horse, were born from the womb of Kashta. O king, from the womb of Danu came 61 sons, of whom these 18 were very important: Vimurda, Shambhara, Arishta, Hayagriva, Vibhavasu, Ayomukha, Shankushira, Sprabhanu, Kapila, Aruna, Puloma, Vishaparva, Ekachakra, Anutapana, Dhumrakesha, Virupaksha, Viprachiti, and Durjaya. The daughter of Svarbhanu, named Suprabha, was married by Namuchi. The daughter of Vrishaparva, named Sharmishta, was given to the powerful king Yayati, the son of Nahusha. Vaishvanara, the son of Danu, had 4 beautiful daughters named Upadanavi, Hayashira, Puloma, and Kalaka. Hiranyaksha married Upadanavi, and Kratu married Hayashira. Thereafter, at the request of Lord Brahma, Prajapati Kashyapa married Puloma and Kalaka, the other 2 daughters of Vaishvanara. From the wombs of these 2 wives of Kashyapa came 60,000 sons, headed by Nivatakavacha, who are known as the Polomas and the Kalakeyas. They were physically very strong and expert in fighting, and their aim was to disturb the sacrifices performed by the great sages. My dear king, when your grandfather Arjun went to the heavenly planets, he alone killed all these demons, and thus King Indra became extremely affectionate toward him. In his wife Simika, Viprachiti begot 101 sons. The eldest is Rahu, and the others are the 100 Ketus. All of them attain positions in the influential planets. Now please hear me as I describe the descendants of Aditi in chronological order. In this dynasty, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, descended by his plenary expansion. The names of the sons of Aditi are as follows: Vivasvan, Aryama, Pusha, Tvashta, Savita, Bhaga, Datta, Vidata, Varuna, Mitra, Shatru, and Urukrama. Sangya, the wife of Vivasvan, the sun god, gave birth to the Manu named Shradadeva, and the same fortunate wife also gave birth to the twins Yamaraj and the river Yamuna. Then Yami, while wandering on the earth in the form of a mare, gave birth to the Ashvini Kumaras. Chaya, another wife of the sun god, begot 2 sons named Shanaishchara and Sarvani Manu, and 1 daughter, Tapati, who married Samvadana. From the womb of Matrika, the wife of Aryama, were born many learned scholars. Among them Lord Brahma created the human species, which are endowed with an aptitude for self-examination. Pusha had no sons. When Lord Shiva was angry at Daksa, Pusha had laughed at Lord Shiva and shown his teeth. Therefore he lost his teeth and had to live by eating only ground flour. Rachana, the daughter of the Daityas, became the wife of Prajapati Tvashta. By his semina he begot in her womb 2 very powerful sons named Sanavesha and Vishvarupa. Although Vishvarupa was the son of the daughter of their eternal enemies, the demons, the demigods accepted him as their priest in accordance with the order of Brahma when they were abandoned by their spiritual master Brihaspati, whom they had disrespected. Thus ends the 6th chapter of the 6th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Progeny of the Daughters of Daksha.